Hi, I'm Diane Degnan of United Methodist Communications, and we're in the Digital Lounge at the United Methodist General Conference in Portland, Oregon. Today, my guests are Bishop Debra Wallace-Padgett and Bishop Gwinn. We're here to talk about a very important part of General Conference, which is prayer, and a unique and particular focus that was placed on prayer this year. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Diane.
So, Bishop Gwinn, could you tell me about the 131 days of prayer that have led up to General Conference and what that effort was about?
Yes, it's been an exciting effort. 131 has to do with the fact that there are 131 annual conferences in United Methodism across the world. And so we wanted each annual conference to have an opportunity to have a 24-hour prayer vigil. And so we needed 131 days, of course, for that to happen. And we started on New Year's Eve, and we've been praying since that time in annual conferences for the 131 days until this conference began.
And so it's kind of a nice coincidence that the numbers were both 131 to start off.
Indeed,
yeah.
Indeed.
Bishop Wallace-Padgett, how did the idea for that start?
Well, there's been a long history of the council being involved in a round-the-clock prayer vigil at General Conference. We, as a team, began to talk about that, and the idea surfaced, well, what if we did more than just at General Conference? What if we also invited the United Methodists from all around the world to be in prayer in preparation for General Conference? The idea caught on. We shared it with the council embraced it, and that's how the idea actually surfaced.
Well, I know it's really grown because I've heard about a lot of different efforts and a lot of different ways that's been lived out. But now that the General Conference is in session, tell me about what's happening now and what the bishops are doing.
Well, we certainly wanted to cooperate with the prayer effort that was already underway, since the General Commission has a prayer team. But in addition to cooperating with that prayer team, the Council of Bishops decided we and our spouses needed to be in 24-hour prayer time for this General Conference. So we have allowed each bishop and spouse who would be willing to spend an hour in segments of time for 24 hours a day during these 10 days. And so we have a nonstop kind of prayer time going on.
Is that happening in the convention center or in churches here, or where is that taking place?
Actually, we've encouraged our bishops who are able to be near the prayer center here in the Coliseum to use it during the day, but we are praying in hotels and homes. In fact, some of our retired bishops and their spouses who could not come are a part of this prayer team, and they're praying in their homes or wherever they may be.
What do you think it means to the delegates and to everyone who's associated with General Conference to know that they're surrounded in prayer?
What makes this General Conference and any General Conference unique from other kinds of gatherings that are not church gatherings is that the people here are spiritual leaders. So as spiritual leaders, it means a lot, I believe, to the delegates to know that their efforts are undergirded with prayer. In fact, I've had an opportunity to talk with a few of the bishops who indicated that they found in their annual conferences that the people were very pleased and honored and engaged to participate in prayer in this way.
Have you heard stories about what it's meant to people around the world as they've joined in prayer, and how what that's meant to people who are being prayed for and to people who are praying?
I remember the New Jersey Annual Conference launching the 131 days. They were the first annual conference to do that, and their bishop reported to us that it was extremely meaningful, and in fact it was so meaningful, if we needed them again in this 131 days, they would be happy to organize another 24-hour vigil because it was that great of a blessing to them. Then out of the Germany annual conference came the idea of bishops being willing to pray for delegates right on the spot in times of break or lunchtime and so forth. So that also is underway.
Wow. And so I believe that this is going to continue beyond General Conference. Is that right?
That is correct. This has been in collaboration, as Bishop Gwinn has already shared, with the General Conference prayer team and the upper room. There will be 60 days after General Conference when opportunities are there for people to engage in prayer. Details about that are on the website.
Great. Well, we'll look for that, and I want to thank you both for taking time to stop by and tell us about this. And thank you for joining us in the Digital Lounge. We hope you'll come back and visit us to hear more. Thank you.